So I told y'all I needed a bigger space, and I'm about to take you on a little tour of, this is my retail space. We've been here for a little over 2 years, and I realized I had outgrown it in about a year. So, which is unfortunate because we took about a year to renovate this entire building, and it was really great for a couple months, and then I just kept getting busier and busier. And before I knew it, like I said, within a year, I had outgrown this space. But the thing is, this is in a really perfect location. We are in a historic district of Forsyth, Georgia, and it's a little town square, great retail shopping. There's not a ton of foot traffic, but there's enough to sustain businesses. And I also do all my shipping for my Etsy store here. And while it was fine at first, but I've just consistently, incrementally grown to the point where I have outgrown this space. And somebody's trying to come in. Whoops. So I had to close for the whole month of January because I just about sold out. As you can tell, my shelves are quite empty. I've been really busy this month making a ton of product, soaps and stuff, letting everything cure. So I've had to close the entire month of January. And that really sucks when you hear somebody pulling at your door trying to get in and you're turning away a sale. So there's that. But anyway, if you saw any of my previous videos, then just to give you a little back history in case you haven't seen any of my previous videos, I wouldn't expect you to go back and watch them. But just so you know, I started this business about 9 years ago, and it never started out as a business. I'm a registered nurse, oncology certified by profession, and I was just doing this on the side and as a hobby. Never expected to turn it into a business. So that's never probably the best way to start out, because then it's kind of haphazard the way my business started, because it was never a plan to become a business. And when you incrementally grow, then I think you can get the cart before the horse, if that's the right saying for this, because it's like I just kept going, but then I didn't have a good foundation. So I just kept going with the business, kept going, but then my foundation wasn't the strongest because it was never intended to be a business. So I've learned a ton about business, about taxes. That's a whole nother thing. A lot of stuff. So I've learned a ton, and I plan on sharing a lot of the information that I have learned the hard way with you guys. So, but the first step in this new journey of mine is expanding my storefront, because I've outgrown my storefront. And I feel like I'm all over the place with talking to you guys about this. So let me just kind of stay on track. So I just wanted y'all to know that basically where I started was, it's not like I said, I'm going to start a business and grew from that point. It wasn't like that at all. It was literally like a hobby that I would sell here and there at farmers markets. And if I had, an extra $100, or if I had an extra couple $100 that week, that was cool. I never thought it would take over my full-time job. Well, I was working part-time. I never thought it would take over my regular job salary, or I would ever do this full-time. Never was in the plan. So with that being said, the fact that I've been in business for 9 years, most people could probably get where I am a lot faster if you were planning to be here, if that makes sense. So it's like, since this wasn't ever my plan, I wasn't working toward this as a goal initially. But as the years went on and the business kept organically growing, I realized, I think I might have a business here. I think I actually need to treat this like a true business. So after probably, I would say like 5 years in, I realized, okay, this is actually a business. And so I started thinking, I think I have enough of a following that I need a storefront, because at the time I was only selling on Etsy and doing farmers markets, in-person craft shows, stuff like that. So I had people reaching out to me in between that time. So when you sell at a farmer's market like once a week, but you have people reaching out to you in between, then you know that there's a demand. And I'm not saying it was like every day, but there were people reaching out to me in between the markets that wanted to buy product. And then my customers were very loyal customers, and the customer base just continued to grow. And so I thought, I think I can sustain a storefront. So I started to look into renting a space. And when I looked into renting a space, it was astronomically expensive. So at the time we lived in a town just south of here, and it was Warner Robins, Georgia, which is an Air Force based town. And so there's a lot of turnover in the town. I mean, people live there long term, obviously, but there's a lot of turnover as well. So the potential for customers is really great because you're always getting like new customers. So that was ideal. But the real estate, even though it was kind of a small town, the real estate was expensive for commercial. And there wasn't anything that kind of fit my vibe that I wanted. Like, I didn't want to be in a mall. I didn't want to be just like on the main, like in a Kroger parking lot. Not that there's anything wrong with that. It just didn't fit what I feel like my brand represents, which is handcrafted, you know, just, I don't know the best way to describe it, but more organic as far as, you know, just like fresh from your kitchen. Not saying that everything I use is organic, but, you know, just like more natural, not like your strip mall Bath and Body Works. So in order to set yourself apart from that, I feel like your surroundings have to represent that, and there wasn't anything in that town that did that. So my husband and I, we had a small hobby farm, and we started thinking about downsizing because our kids were in college at the time, or about to be in college, and we just didn't need all the space that we had. We had a bigger home and a bigger piece of property, and we had the animals, the chickens, the goats, and all this stuff. And we were trying to simplify our life. And so we were like, well, maybe we should just downsize. So we started looking at surrounding towns, which is when we came across Forsyth, which is a sidewalk community. It's just a little town. I mean, like tiny, it's 6 square miles. So it's like the town is small. The county is big, but the little city is very small. So we love the fact that it was a sidewalk community, and there's a lot of history here. It is a designated historic district. And the downtown square is, which is where I'm at, is just as cute as it can be. I'll insert, or at the end, I'll try and show y'all some video of the downtown area. There's like a main courthouse, and then the shops are around it. You know, it's like a typical square. So it's really, really cute and conducive to small business, and it would fit the vibe that I felt my brand is. So we got this storefront. It was available. I saw it listed online. I saw it at like 5:30 in the morning or 4 o'clock in the morning or something, and went and showed my husband. I was like, this is what we need, and made an appointment with a realtor the next day, or that morning actually, when she opened at like 8 or 9, and said, hey, we need to see that. So I had to work that day. My husband and I came after work, so it was like 5:30 in the evening. We came up here, looked at the store, didn't give it like a whole lot of thought. We were just like, we'll take it. It's like kind of a no-brainer. We'll take it. And it was the right price. So we ended up purchasing it instead of leasing it, which I felt was the right fit for us financially. Instead of having to pay lease somewhere, this felt like more of a personal investment in ourselves plus a business investment. So I couldn't justify paying the exorbitant prices for lease that like Warner Robins was charging, and this felt right. It felt like, okay, well, at least at the end of the day, if the business fails, I have, you know, some real estate. So we've got another investment. So it felt like it was a safer bet than signing a lease. So even though it was a risk. So anyway, we got in here and it needed a ton of work. So we ended up spending about a year renovating. And the reason for that is I got quotes on what it would cost to do what we wanted to do, and I think the quotes were around $38,000, and that wasn't even like a fraction of what we ended up doing. So I can't even imagine what it would have cost had we paid someone to do everything. So my husband and I did most of it. We did have 2 guys that came and helped us do some things. They were great, like did our awning, they did that wall. My husband did the doors, but they did the wall and the glass and some trim. They did quite a bit of stuff for us. And so we had them do that, and they were great, but we did the rest of it. Had somebody refinish the floors. So I mean, it's not like we did 100% of it. So we had a heat and air guy do that, and we had roofing people do the roof, but we did like all the other mundane stuff that was going to add up to quite a bit of money. So it took us like a year, because I was still working, my husband's working, and so we would just come up on the weekends and work on it. And I have posted some videos on my YouTube channel, some like time-lapsed videos of us doing the demo and stuff like that. So that is there if you're interested in seeing that. So anyway, when we first got in here, I thought, well, this will be plenty of space, because I started out in my kitchen, and then I was in my kitchen for several years, and then I went to a soap shed that we had bought, that there's videos of that as well, and that was like a 12 by 24, which that was great. Just to get out of the house was like, yes, I'm out of my kitchen, so I can have my kitchen back to actually cook. And so my family's like, thank you, because we would like to have food, not soap laying around. And so that was like the best thing ever, having a soap shed. But then I, in a short period of time, outgrew that. So it's just, like I said, it's been very slow growth, but that's the way I have planned it and wanted it and felt comfortable with it. Not saying I could have done it faster, I don't know, but I felt comfortable just doing a very slow pace growth. And then it was, when we bought this building, renovated it, at the end of renovations, I had to make a decision. So it was like, obviously I can't keep my job and have a storefront, because I can't be two places at one time. So my husband was like, well, you need to go ahead and quit your job. And I was like, I don't know, do I want to quit my job? Because that's kind of scary, because now I have my job that I know I'm going to get paid when I go in. And then do I want to just quit that job and give up nursing altogether and do this full time? It felt very scary. I was uncertain. Whoops, my battery's about to die. I was uncertain, but I was like, well, I didn't really think about that when we bought the building. I know that sounds ridiculous, but I didn't think about, was I going to quit my job? I just knew we wanted the building, we needed the space. So when it came time to get close to time to opening, I was like, I've got to quit. So I put in my resignation and opened up the retail space in November of 2020. Yes, in the middle of a pandemic. So, but it turned out fabulous. It was a wonderful grand opening. I just about sold out of everything. Never would have dreamed I would have had such a good grand opening. But it was amazing. And it's like, since then I've been busy, and that was November of 2020. So, which is when I opened. And since then I've just been busy, and it's just been growing and growing. I'm not saying huge, like I need like a warehouse, but I've been growing to the point where I need more space. So an opportunity has presented itself that I can't really say what, but it is an opportunity, and I will say, as soon as it happens, if it does happen, I will share it. And that is the main thing that I wanted to come on here and share with you guys, is I'm going to document this journey of expanding my soap business and expanding my storefront. Oh shoot. Well, have a phone call. So I'm going to document this journey with you guys, and I'm excited. So I can't say exactly how this is going to happen, but if all goes as planned, then my store will double in size. So I just can't. I'm just excited, because I'm like, I'm going to show y'all. I'm going to walk you around and show you guys just how cramped I have become in here. Nothing's organized. I haven't like cleaned up beforehand, and you'll know I'm telling you the truth when you see how bad it is. It's just a mess, and it's normally not quite this messy. I'll be 100% honest with that. It's normally not quite this bad. It's just, I've been like taking this whole month to just like bang out a bunch of product, because in November and December I got really low and just about sold out. And like I was telling you a second ago, how somebody just tried to come in, I had to close this month just so that I could concentrate and focus on making stuff. And also, side note, my daughter got married last weekend. We had about a month to plan her wedding, so I've been busy with wedding planning and trying to make product. And then we're renovating a house that we bought down the street. It's like 500 feet away, so I literally walk to work, literally, which is amazing. It's a 1904 home we've been renovating, and I love it. It is like speaks to my soul type home. Like I love it, and I'll share that with you guys if you're interested in that. But getting back to the store, I'm gonna walk you guys around, show y'all just how bad it is so that I'm documenting this journey so that y'all can see where I currently am and then where we're gonna go. And where we're gonna go is bigger, if all goes as I'm hoping. So I'm really excited, and I hope that you guys, whatever stage you're at in your business, can find value in me sharing this with you. And I plan on being consistent with uploading videos and sharing this process, because I feel like when I was at a stage before I had a storefront, you know, like even when I was just like in the kitchen or when I was just starting out, I was always like so curious about other people's businesses, you know, just not like a comparison game, not like that, but just like curious, because it's like, it's our passion. We're interested in this, interested in soap making, interested in the business. And when you're just starting out, just having somebody that you can either be like, ooh, I'm glad I'm past that point in my business, or you can have like, I want to be in that, at that point in my business. So whether you're ahead or behind or in the middle or just thinking about it, just if it's even just a concept, then to me it was always interesting to watch somebody else's journey. And I had said that I was going to do it when I opened the storefront, but I won't say it a million more times, but like, I just have to stress, my plan was to document the journey of opening my first retail space. But I've been so busy, like it's been just that busy, and I haven't had the opportunity with renovating the store and then opening, being busy, and then renovating a house. And we sold our house, the farm, everything, you know, sold the farm, sold everything, and moved up here. So yeah, but this is it. This is the journey I'm going to share with you guys, and I'm excited, and I think it will be fun to watch, because I'm going to have organizing stuff. I'm going to like set up packing tables, shipping tables. I'm going to redo my layout completely of how I make soap. I'm going to do like a separate bath bomb station, lotion making station. Soap station will remain where it is, but it'll be strictly soap instead of having like everything crammed in there. But anyway, enough rambling. So I'm gonna stop this, show you guys a quick little snippet of just how closed in my soap shop has gotten and why I need to expand. So see y'all in a second. All right, so coming in the front, it's normally not like this chaotic with all these things here. It's just like this because I've been busy making stuff and I'm currently closed. So for the month of January, like I was telling you guys. But anyway, so the storefront in the front is adequate. Okay, so when I don't have all this stuff in here, it is actually adequate for product. You can see how empty my shelves are. Because as y'all know, soap doesn't take up a whole lot of real estate, so I don't really need that much space. So the soap part's fine. It's when you come back here to the making area. Sorry, I know it's kind of loud. Okay, so I've got my lye tank, I've got my oil tank, and then that's my big log splitter. And then it's just like this. So that's where I was filming, sitting right there when I was talking to you guys a second ago. And then like all my ingredients are here. And I've got a 3-base sink here, which dishes from working last night, and I was too tired of doing one, so I'm gonna do those here in a second. And then I've got like my pumice under here and like ingredients under there. And then I spilled lye actually right there. I need to get cleaned up, which is not good. But yeah, so I've got, and this thing drips, so I had to hang some buckets there. But anyway, I hung these, or my husband hung these shelves up for storage, but as you can see, I'm really not utilizing those to their fullest potential. And I've got my freezer there for goat milk and my microwave, and then just got crap everywhere. And these are my molds that my husband made. And then my other soap cutter here. So as you can see, it's just, I don't have enough space. I'm like, there's literally, I don't remember how wide it is, like 20 feet wide, if that. So there's not a lot of space in between everything. So I just can't, and like I've got storage up here that I'm utilizing. And that's where I obviously cure all my soaps. And then back here, there's a restroom here, which the bathroom's okay. It's my pet peeve when the toilet seat's up. I'm sorry that that's like that. But this is my computer where I'm doing orders and Etsy and stuff, and my printer, and then all my shipping and packing stuff is here. But like I said, it's way messier than it normally is because of the chaos I've been in. But nonetheless, it's a mess. So as you can see, this is why, and I have a little outside deck area back there that's just, I mean, just an outside deck. But yeah, so here we are, and now you can see why I am in need of more space. And I will film another video soon. I hope you guys have a great day.